Things have not been going well for Aston Martin so far this season. Their 10 points leaves them 7th in the Constructors' Championship, and it isn't like bad luck over the first few races have held them back, they've just looked off the pace. Lawrence Stroll has invested hundreds of millions into the team with a brand new factory at Silverstone. He's brought in the best engineers, with the headliner being Adrian Newey, and he has a two-time world champion driving the car, but things just aren't clicking. Lawrence is losing his patience, and the atmosphere at Aston Martin is becoming uncomfortable. Today, I'll check out the reports from within Aston Martin, why they might need to smash the emergency glass on this year's car development, and why that decision will come with consequences. So don't go anywhere. Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll suffered through a challenging Japanese Grand Prix. The two-time world champion failed to make the forward progress he would have liked, eventually finishing 11th, meaning he remains pointless this season. Lance Stroll failed to set a serious qualifying lap with mistakes on each of his runs, leaving him at the back of the grid for Sunday's Grand Prix. From there, he failed to make any moves and finished dead last, and the only driver to be lapped all day. It was just another disaster for Aston Martin, who only scored points in China due to the disqualifications ahead of them. Falling short of their own expectations is something Lawrence Stroll's team are becoming all too good at. Apart from Alonso's incredible performances in 2023 and the year they copied Mercedes' car when they were racing points, they've been the epitome of a midfield team, making big claims but regularly failing to back them up. Fernando Alonso has called on Aston Martin to improve their car performance after the Japanese Grand Prix. While the race saw the Spaniard reach the checkered flag for the first time this season, he remains one of 5 drivers yet to score a point in 2025. It was a difficult race today, and despite our best efforts, we missed out on the points, he said after the Grand Prix. The first half of the race, I had Pierre within 1 second, and then Yuki close for the second half of the race, so I couldn't make a mistake. Suzuka is a great circuit, and I really enjoy racing here, but it is very hard to overtake on this track. We need to improve our car performance going forward, and I'm looking forward to that development. Hardly a revolutionary request of his team, who are surely already looking for ways to improve their performance. In a separate interview, Alonso outlined just how bad the car was at the moment. "We're not really fast enough to be in the top 10, Alonso told the Spanish media. "I guess we're not even fast enough to be in the top 18, so to be 11th is a bit of a miracle. Because as I say, the car felt pretty consistent all race. It didn't have much grip. We also have the slowest car on the straights." Aston Martin may be 7th in the Constructors' Championship at the moment, 2 places lower than they finished last year, but you couldn't argue that they're quicker than any of the 3 teams below them. In fact, it should be argued that the Racing Bulls have no right being in that pack, as their car is far faster. They've just had bad strategy decisions. Aston Martin have Lance Stroll to thank for their lofty position, whose ability to survive through the challenging Australian Grand Prix earned them 8 of their 10 points. His 6th place finish, though, was not a true reflection of how the car is performing. Team owner Lawrence Stroll isn't known for his gentle and understanding personality. While he doesn't bask in the limelight like Toto Wolff or Zach Brown do, it would be a mistake to think of him as just Lance Stroll's dad, bankrolling his son's team from the background. Lawrence is very involved in what is happening with the team, and their current performances will have angered him. Last season, after the race at Imola, where Aston Martin brought a huge upgrade package which failed to make an impact, Lawrence was heard very loudly voicing his disappointment. According to a recent report by motorsport.com, Mondays are becoming a difficult day for the staff at the brand new Silverstone facility. They describe those days as uncomfortable ones at the Aston Martin factory, as the owner breathes fire over his hapless employees. Things at Aston Martin need to improve. And in Adrian Newey, they have someone who, in theory, has the skills to improve their car somewhat. However, it isn't as simple as breaking the emergency glass on his office door and asking him to draw up a wing or 2 to help them out. Newey's attention is going to be on the 2026 car, and distracting him from that to try and save this season will come at a cost. They could just decide to forget about this season and turn all their attention to the new regulations, but there could be serious consequences to that as well. But before I talk about all of that, if you're enjoying the video and want to catch all the news and analysis from this weekend's Bahrain Grand Prix, then make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to F1 Reverse. Thanks a lot. So, Aston Martin find themselves at a crossroads. They have a car that isn't good, and clearly needs a lot of work to be competitive this season, They could ring the alarm and get Newey to turn his attention to the 2025 car and hope that with a few months of his input, they could find some avenue to develop down and improve the car's performance. Doing that would take his time away from the 2026 car though, which could put them on the back foot in the new regulations. On the other side, they could accept their position among the bottom 4 or 3 teams and divert more resources into the new regulations. While that does seem like the decision with the most upside, it does come with its downsides. You've all heard or read the rumors about Aston Martin trying to sway Verstappen to their side for next season. That is going to be much harder to do if they aren't competing for points this season. Here is the issue for Aston Martin. Whichever decision they make is going to come with consequences. Sadly for Alonso and the design team at Aston Martin, trying to get Newey to put lipstick on the pig, which is the AMR 25, isn't going to solve any problems. The issue is that the car is a pig and it needs to be completely replaced. For now, they're going to have to tolerate those uncomfortable Monday mornings and hope they're around for next season. Luckily for them, the news from Honda about the 2026 engine is looking promising. Honda enjoyed an excellent weekend at Suzuka, seeing Max Verstappen expertly pilot the Honda-powered RB21 to a win. It will be the final year of Honda and Red Bull's partnership before the Milton Keynes-based team start racing with their own engines. Starting a brand new power unit production team is not an easy task, and Red Bull have had plenty complaints about the new regulations, hinting that things might not be progressing that well. Honda, on the other hand, are very happy with how their new engine is coming along. We had discontinued the project with Formula 1, so we were not prepared in 2015, Honda Racing President Koji Watanabe said, referring to when they re-entered F1 as McLaren's engine partner. We started from zero, now we're not starting from zero, so it is a smoother development. After Alonso famously described Honda's first engine of the V6 turbo hybrid era as a GP2 engine, the Japanese brand have made vast improvements and have proved themselves more than capable of building a competitive engine with Red Bull. The fact that Honda are happy with how things are progressing should be a great encouragement to Aston Martin. And with Honda happy with how things are progressing, the odds of being able to tempt Verstappen to join them increases. Speaking after the Japanese Grand Prix win, Max Verstappen hailed his amazing relationship with Honda. Honestly, the relationship that we've had with Honda has been amazing, Verstappen said. I've really enjoyed my time with them, how they also work, how professional they are, and how dedicated they are. They've given me so much. Together we've won 4 Drivers' Championships and 2 Constructors. It's been unbelievable, and also, of course, something you'll never forget. While Honda won't have a say in who drives at Aston Martin, though they'll be allowed to provide their opinion, they'll certainly be called upon to try and help convince Verstappen that the 2026 project with Adrian Newey is worth signing on for. Where do you think Aston Martin will go from here? Do they need to find some improvements this season, or should they just forget about it and focus on the new regulations? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and if you want to support the channel, make sure to check out our merch store at f1reverse.com to get yourself some sweet F1 inspired gear. Until next time, drive safe and bye for now.